you guys enough for coming out to the second, third, fourth. How many have we done so far? The Kelce Jam. This year has been it's been fun planning this out for you guys. Obviously, thank you guys. Thank you to Knuckleheads, everybody over here on the east side. And can't thank you guys enough for showing up and showing out. Kansas City always does, and getting ready to go and get our second win. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come join you guys in a little bit. First, I'm gonna go say what's up to the kids, Operation Breakthrough, and the Ignition Lab and everything. Make sure they get some love. And I also wanted to give a huge shout out to Canes, Raising Canes. Obviously, my guy over there, Todd Graves, and the gang. They always look out and always support 87 and running the foundation, which you guys know helps out the inner city or the less fortunate kids of the Kansas City area as well as my hometown. And you guys are a part of that. And I appreciate the support you guys bring. The stuff that they are doing over there at the Ignition Lab and Operation Breakthrough.
On a warm, electric night in Kansas City, the city's engine-loving heart beat louder than ever. The air crackled with anticipation around Knuckleheads, the beloved music joint turned car haven, as fans, families, and auto aficionados packed in shoulder to shoulder for the much-anticipated return of the Kelce Car Jam. This wasn't just another car show. It was a homecoming. A street party, a celebration of horsepower and hope, headlined by none other than Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. As dusk painted the sky in shades of purple and gold, the parking lot shimmered beneath the city lights. Chrome gleamed, engines growled, and laughter spilled over the fence lines. Every step forward brought a new sight, a line of classic convertibles, a pop-up barbecue stand, a smiling kid perched on their parents' shoulders, wide-eyed at the candy apple red muscle car before them. At the center of it all was Kelce, moving through the crowd with the buoyant energy of a man who's at home both on the field and in the thick of his community. His presence was magnetic, but the real star, or at least its equal, stood nearby. Kelce's iconic 1970s Chevrolet Chevelle SS convertible, a flawless blend of vintage cool and modern muscle, its paint deep enough to get lost in. The build-up to this night had been months in the making. On the latest episode of his wildly popular New Heights podcast, Kelce teased fans with what was to come. The Kelce Car Jam is back, baby. It's this Friday. He grinned into Mike. I'm bringing out my favorite new old schools, including a 1990 Jeep Wrangler with the wood grain on the side. Doggone, baby, let's go. That was all it took. Tickets evaporated in days, snatched up by Kansas City's most loyal, by car lovers, by families looking for a night out. This wasn't just about beer and burnouts. Every ticket, every dollar spent on food or games was feeding a cause close to Kelce's heart. His 87 and running foundation, dedicated to providing resources, mentorship, and opportunities for underserved youth in Kansas City and his hometown Cleveland. By the time the doors opened, a line stretched around the block. Inside, the air was thick with excitement. People clustered around the most jaw-dropping cars, restored Mustangs, gleaming Impalas, a couple of tricked-out Camaros with hoods popped and engines polished to perfection. Kids darted between rows, pointing at custom rims and neon underglow, while seasoned collectors traded stories about restoration projects and the thrill of the first rev. When Kelce finally took the stage, the crowd erupted. Sporting a vintage Chiefs jacket and that trademark smile, he grabbed the mic and shouted above the roar, "Yo, Car Jam, how we feeling tonight?" The answer was a wave of cheers, whistles, and applause. He paused, taking in the scene, visibly moved by the turnout. "This is wild," he said, scanning the crowd. "I've seen some amazing rides, heard some engines roar, and felt all the love in the air. You all know I love a good party, and this one's for the books." Kelce's gratitude poured out, unfiltered and genuine. He thanked the fans, the car lovers, the volunteers who made the event possible. "Y'all are the real MVPs," he said, voice cracking just a little. Special mention went to the organizers and the 87 and running team, who year after year bring this rolling block party to life. Then, with a sly grin and a nod to the city, he reminded everyone why they were gathered. Every ticket, every burger, every game tonight is making a difference. It's going straight to the kids who need it most. That's what this is about. The night took a turn for the sweeter when Kelce paused, looked down for a moment, then spoke softly into the mic. "But you know, there's one person I especially got to thank tonight," he said, a blush rising under stadium lights. She inspires me every single day, whether I'm on the field or out here surrounded by chrome and horsepower. She's got a heart bigger than the stadium, and she's always encouraging me to chase my dreams, no matter how wild they get. He smiled, eyes twinkling. So, Taylor, thank you for being my rock, my inspiration, my best friend, and now my fiancé. You light up every room you walk into, and you make every jam, every moment that much sweeter. Love you, babe. The crowd went wild. Phones shot up, capturing the moment. Fans cheered, some chanting her name. Kelce blew a kiss, then jumped right back into the party, urging everyone to keep living loud, loving hard, and, most importantly, driving safe. As the night unfolded, everything Kelce promised played out in spades. Food trucks lined the edge of the venue, serving up Kansas City barbecue, tacos, and frosty lemonade. Local bands kept the music rolling, while games and contests, fastest tire change, best engine rev, wildest custom paint, drew crowds and laughter. But it was the cars that stole the show. Kelce Chevelle SS drew a constant circle of admirers, some old enough to remember the model's heyday, others seeing it for the first time in real life. Nearby, the 1990 Jeep Wrangler, with its wood grain panels and lifted suspension, was a magnet for selfies, its quirky charm impossible to resist. Strangers became friends as they swapped stories. A father showed his son the car he'd once owned. A group of teens admired the intricate pinstriping on a lowrider, vowing to try their hand at restoration someday. Chiefs fans and gearheads, families and first-timers, all mingled in the warm glow of shared passion. Throughout the evening, reminders of the event's charitable core were everywhere. Volunteers from 87 and running wore bright shirts, answering questions and sharing stories about the foundation's work. Mentoring, tutoring, providing resources for kids who need a boost. Kelce circled back to the theme often, urging everyone to get what they could, to support not just the event but the mission behind it. Kansas City and Cleveland, those are my homes, Kelce said. And every dollar tonight helps a kid chase their dream. That's why we do this. That's what this is all about. The Kelce Car Jam has grown into an annual tradition, drawing not just local fans but friends and family from across the country. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes and his wife Brittany, co-owner of the Kansas City Current, were among last year's notable guests. Kelce's family, his brother Jason, mom Donna, and dad Ed, have all joined the festivities in the past, lending the event a family reunion feel. Online, the digital crowd kept pace with the real one. Fans unable to attend bombarded social media with messages of FOMO, sharing memories from previous years and vowing to return next time. OMG, awesome, one wrote. Sad to be missing it this year. Awesome event. Others offer congratulations or beg for a signed jersey, never missing a chance to tease Kelce about his new nickname, Mr. Swift. As the hours slipped by, one thing became clear. The Kelce Car Jam was about far more than cars. The real engine powering the night was community. It was the laughter echoing between park classics, the hugs between old friends, the pride of the city coming together for something bigger than itself. Kelce, ever the leader, summed it up perfectly. On the football field, it's all about teamwork, passion, and leaving it all on the line. Out here, it's about horsepower, custom paint, and making those engines roar. But the heart's the same. It's about community. It's about coming together to celebrate what we love. He looked out over the sea of faces, waving one last time. Big shout out to everyone who put their time and sweat into these beautiful cars. Y'all are the real MVPs tonight. And to the fans, you bring the energy that makes events like this unforgettable. Keep chasing greatness. Keep pushing those limits, and keep having fun on the field and the road. And remember, it ain't about the car you drive. It's about the drive in your heart. As the final cheers faded and the last photos were snapped beneath the city's glow, the legacy of the Kelce Car Jam felt more secure than ever. Each year, it grows, more cars, bigger crowds, greater impact for 87 and running. Each year, it brings together the city's best, united in a love of engines and a drive to give back. And with moments like Kelce's heartfelt message to Taylor Swift, his gratitude for the city, and the joy radiating from every corner of the lot, it's clear that this event is here to stay. In Kansas City, under the bright lights, the Kelce Car Jam is more than a night about cars. It's a celebration of what happens when community comes together, and a reminder that the best parties are the ones that leave a legacy. So as the engines finally quieted and the crowd drifted into the night, one thing was certain. Next year, the Kelce Car Jam will be back, bigger and better than ever, and Kansas City will be ready, revved up, and waiting to ride.